Welcome back to the par 3 and welcome to the stunning Shrewsbury Golf Club here in Shropshire, and we have a Shropshire golfing legend joining me today. We have Will Enefer, DP World Tour star. We get to play 9 holes with him and just get to watch him, how he plays, talk through his shots, all those things. I love this sort of stuff, so I can't wait to play it, and I think he can go really, really low. Before we start, as always, massive thank you to our partners Leases. Without you guys, this would not be possible, so thank you so much. Check them out, their link will be in the bio, but let's go. Right, first tee, Shrewsbury Golf Club. It is a par 4, 384 off these back tees. Dog leg right, lovely hole. You've played here before, haven't you, Will?
I've played here before, but not for a very long time.
When you was a kid?
Yeah, I mean, I played a bit when I was a kid, but I've probably played 9 holes in the last 6-7 years. So
yeah.
you have to remind me kind of where I'm going. I'll try and get some good lines.
So just had a little word with Will. He was +5 when he turned pro. What age were you then?
18.
18. And he says, round this front 9, if you can go 3 under, he'll be happy, but
yeah,
I'm thinking break 30. Let's see how he goes. Right then, Will.
Well, if it's far enough, it's good.
Yeah, it's a lovely hit, mate.
I hit it pretty solid, so...
We're off, mate. How do you find, obviously, it's a bit different today, mate, because you're playing with me, and you're playing at a local course, but first tee nerves, do you get them much?
Not really. I feel like now with the level I've got to, I mean, I'd say probably my first tour event before Christmas, I was a little bit nervous. Obviously, you just want to do well, don't you?
Yeah.
But I mean, I've definitely got better at sort of just getting going from the gate. So yeah, definitely not nowhere near as much nervous as I was when I was a bit younger, but yeah.
Man.
So no, there's no nerves there.
No. You sure, mate? I can play with, if I play with someone I don't know at all, I'm really nervous.
Really?
I mean, really nervous.
I feel like maybe sometimes, almost when I play with like my dad and his mates, I get not a little bit nervous, but I almost feel like they expect me to play well, just regardless, because they think I'm a pro and stuff. So
yeah.
if I'm not like 6 or 7 under, it just feels like I'm almost letting them down a little bit. But
oh, mate, there's levels to golf, isn't there? Levels.
But I mean, there's been times when I've played with people and I've shot like 8, 9 under, and they'll just go, "Oh yeah, Will's 8 under today," and that was it really. I was like, "Oh, it's still pretty good."
I'm looking forward to watching this then, mate. I think it'll be, it'll be belting. What are you thinking, Will?
Well, I've only got 84 and I feel like this tree isn't too much in my way, so I'm just going to take, it would be a 60 usually for that number, I'm just going to take 55 and just
so your drive's just caught this tree, isn't it?
Yeah,
shot right on you.
Must have just clipped this one and come down, otherwise it'd have been up there, but yeah, I don't think this tree's too much more. I think the greens will be soft enough where I can still land it on the green, I don't need to go short.
You'll try and carry it to it.
Yeah, and try and get it about 75, and then it should just skip up a little bit more. So this club's really like usually about 115, so...
You have to quite close the face on it to keep it down.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and keep the flight down a touch. It shouldn't be, I just don't think this tree should be in my way too much. Almost just push it forward a little bit. A little bit of breeze and left, so just to the left of the flag. Not like that. It might work. Won't work. Thinned it.
Thin. So you're devastated with that, whereas I'd be like...
Probably one of the worst shots of it in about 10 years.
The pressure of the channel deck.
Well, it's just in the rough there. I just didn't want it to roll up the face and sort of like pop up, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have landed it short, really. I didn't know how wet it would be up here.
Yeah. The greens are in excellent condition here, so they are quick. They are receptive, though.
Yeah.
Once you're on there and putting.
Yeah, they look really good. Look really good. Birdie start.
Mate!
So you got a short game
Mate, that is the difference right there. He was disgusted with his second shot, and then he's hold his chip, mate. I'm doing well to make 5 there. Mate, what a shot.
That's what you got to set wedges for, in case you miss greens.
Break 30's on. Love that, Will. Get in there. Love it.
Taking some inspiration from Scotty Scheffler at the Masters. If you miss greens, just chip them in, it's
Yeah,
easier.
exactly, mate. That's what you have to do.
I don't know if you've noticed that, but like, so he won the Masters in 22, final round, third hole, that short one where they're like, oh, it's drivable. I think he fats his second shot, comes up short. Everyone's like, oh no, now he's struggling. Obviously he's under pressure, isn't he? He's leading the Masters. And everyone's like, oh, he's under pressure now to make par. Chips it straight in. And he did it the other day, first round, round one, he was long of 12 in the back bunker.
Yeah.
Chips it straight in. Round 3, pulls a 9-iron left mid fairway, 25 yards straight in. Like, honestly, that you save, I mean, obviously you are getting up and out of a par, but you're making birdie there, and that just, I mean, for tournament golf, that's massive. Yeah. Like, I mean, there you'd be like,
you miss a green.
I mean, you'd be okay.
Your mindset there is thinking 4.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Just stick it close, hold the putt.
It's a bit of a weird one because if you're close with a chip, as soon as you're inside like almost 10 yards from the pin, you're like, well, you probably should be holding quite a few of these.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially if you've got a good lie and it's quite flat around the hole. Like, I felt like on the upslope there and with the bit flat I was landing on, that it was not too bad.
It was a beautiful shot, mate. Just the way it landed, like, what was really interesting, I don't know if we've got it on camera, but before Will took that chip shot, he went and checked out all the green. He actually poked his landing spot. He went there with his wedge and he's like, right there, he's looking at the hole, lands it on it, cans it. Hands, mate, around the green, it's just different.
This could be
This is a tough shot, this one, Will.
Well, this is now where it gets interesting. 148, which is usually a wedge.
Yeah.
I don't think this will be a wedge today.
Wind right into face, isn't it? Yeah.
Strong breeze. I'm going to go really crazy. I'm going to get 7-iron.
7-iron?
3, what's that, 3 clubs more? Wedge 9, 8, 7, that's almost 4 clubs more.
So the second hole, 159 off the back. What'd you say you're...
148 pin, that is. And this would usually be a wedge where I've been in the world, so...
148
Unless
pin.
we're in South Africa, then it'd be a 50 at the altitude.
Yeah. So
yeah, this is something just chippy. Just trying, I mean, where that pin is, something long left of the pin would be quite good.
Yeah. So if you're playing on tour now,
yeah,
are you thinking par hole this? Get it centre of the green?
Yeah, with
give
this
us
club,
an outside look. But...
Yeah, with this club in this breeze, yeah, I mean, if I'm finishing it on that tree, just left of the pin in the middle of the green, 25 feet, 30 feet would be a good shot, yeah.
Yes.
Par 3s, I do think on tour, they really entice you with the pin, so they'll almost sometimes move the tee up, put the pin front left, and you think, oh, I've only got a wedge in here. Like, this is a birdie chance, but you miss it short left, you're dead, like it's bogey. So that's where you still have to be quite what do I want to say, disciplined and just play middle of the green still.
Yeah.
Sit.
Oh, look at that wind,
oh
mate.
Oh my God. Catch a piece.
Yeah.
It's the right length.
Yeah, it looked really good when you started it, and then the wind just really got it tracking left.
I thought it was a touch more into than that. So that's good. Greens actually look really quick.
You've been scouting again, Will. What are you thinking?
I'm not going to try and do too much with this one. Just almost land it exactly 50% and just, I think the greens with the speed and how firm that looks, it should just get to the hole. Don't need to spin it, don't need to do anything, just almost land it somewhere near halfway. Oh! No way, I thought that one was more in the other one.
Oh, mate. You'd have had to walk in then. Mate, you must have thought that was in the whole way.
That one looked better than the last one.
Welcome to the par 3 and a Will Enefer chipping masterclass.
Easy chips they were. Not sure about the masterclass.
Oh. This is a knee knocker, Will.
Knee knocker. Not too sure about that. Might be different if there's 100 grand on it, but...
Well, mate, if you saw some of the lads on the channel, not name no names, but Kieran Jones, this would be a proper knee knocker for him, mate.
Wow.
Centre of the hole. Well played, mate.
I'd be really disappointed if I missed that.
Yeah. Right, 1 under through 2.
Let's see if we can hit
well
green.
done, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Enefer. This is the third hole, par 5, 523 yards, but it's a big dog leg to the right, so you've got a real chance just to carry the trees.
Wow, I know that if you go what looks like a good drive is actually too straight.
So what you're looking at,
I think with this breeze now, it's got to push
the
it.
bunker through the trees.
Yes, yeah, we need to be going over
It has
that.
a group of trees over the back of that, which I think you would probably run it into, but if you can be...
Yeah, I think a right miss is actually not too bad here. I think with this breeze, I'll be struggling to miss it left anyway.
Well, don't miss it left, that's out of bounds, mate. Mate, that is...
I think that one should be good.
I cannot explain how good that is, Will. That is going to be so far down there. I'm not saying, in the summer, mate, you could have wedge in there.
Well, yeah, no, that would be get. I think that's held up enough, hasn't it?
Yeah,
it's just
definitely,
so hard to
mate,
tell.
definitely.
I think with a lot of holes, if you can't see where you actually want the ball to go, that's when it becomes uncomfortable. Like, the whole hole sends you up here, which is, like you say, straight towards the out of bounds. So your sort of subconscious is like, well, I want to keep it where I can see the ball. And, you know, trying to finish it where you can't see is never easy.
And obviously, it would be when we get to the summer and it's quick, if you do carry that, the chance of you keeping it on the fairway are quite slim, because it's not the widest of fairways down here.
Tying up down here, It's a bit awkward, really, because those left trees are better for the green, but worse off the tee. And then now you can miss it a bit right, so you got a swing, but then you can be on those ones on the right.
Mate, I cannot believe how far down you are. I've just seen it, mate.
Oh, is that my ball there? Oh, perfect.
Right, what are you seeing?
Well,
what's your
this
yardage?
Bushnell's not the best Bushnell, so I need to make sure I've got the right number. But I think it's 188. I'm also getting 164, so there's quite a big difference there.
Yeah.
It looks more like 188. I think 164 must be about middle of the green. 88 down, a 20-mile-an-hour breeze, sort of 1%, so it's about 20 yards.
What do you mean 1%?
So usually I play into breeze 1.5% more for each mile an hour, and then down breeze play 1%, so just straight. I mean, it's almost 20 yards, isn't it? 18 yards. So that's playing.
Your head must hurt after a round, mate. Working
well, this
all
is what the caddy does.
It's a maths test.
The caddy. Feels a bit weird actually, like having my own bag.
I can be your caddy. So it's
80,
it's
70.
1%,
So it's playing about 70 to the pin, but we don't want to go near that pin. So we want to land it short of that. So I'm going to get an 8 iron.
Do you get that at home? Wow.
That's a big gust. See, that's where we could be in trouble.
There's a little sort of ledge at the front of the green as well, isn't it?
I'm going 9. Long's no good to us here. I'd rather hit this full than that get a big gust and fly the green. If we come up 15 yards short, that's no issue. Way short.
Yeah.
Didn't quite get it. It almost knocked it down a bit, that breeze.
What, you didn't get it high enough in the air for it to carry it?
Stayed a bit flat. That's the thing with down breeze. It almost, if you don't get it really high, that's why that drive's got miles, because it got up, but then that just sort of flattened out. But again, I did say
you had the line though, didn't you?
Short was the miss, so it was always going to be on the max of 9.
Yeah.
Especially in this temperature. Now this could be a quick chip. Definitely.
I know. I love this though. He's done it every hole so far. The thought and the detail.
No, it's not that much. Wow, it was quick. Oh dear.
It did try to grab.
It caught me out. Last minute I thought I need to land this further, but...
Still waiting for a green in red, Will.
You said I wasn't going to miss this one.
Left to right for you, Will.
Yeah, left to right, up the hill. Want to be fairly aggressive, but not too aggressive.
For reference, this is your first putt of the day and you haven't been on the putting green either.
Yeah, that is true, yeah.
So,
see how we do with that.
I think you'd be happy with a 2-putt here. Yeah, it's a good effort, mate.
Wow, that was fast. That was fast. I thought it was going to look a good line. A little bit less speed. I think it was on a good line. This one might be an knocker down the breeze.
Wind behind, downhill for your par.
Not sure it'll be a great 6. Wow, that rolled so good.
Yeah. Solid, mate. Solid.
Just poor chip.
Fourth hole, short par 4, well, just under 300.
Yeah, it's just about the right club. I think it's a touch downhill. I'm just going to try and...
Again, when I play this hole, I have so many thoughts on my head. Everything's screaming at me, driver. You might get there.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, the amount of times I end up getting a 5 or a 6 because I've ended up in the trees and chipping out and all sorts. But you're going big stick, yeah?
Yeah, big dog, yeah. It's got to be on the channel, isn't it? I think even if I cut it, it's still going to fall left. So I'm almost going to try and fade it till about 20 yards right at the pin. It should still come back a little bit. Not there. Wow.
Left it out there.
Yeah, the breeze didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Might be through the trees. Oh. That's my best. Oh.
So what's your ambitions this year then? Obviously it's your first year.
First year on tour,
On tour.
yeah. My ambition.
You had obviously a good year last year on the Challenge Tour.
Yeah, no, really good. I mean, my season started late on the Challenge Tour. I managed to win 6 invites in the end of April.
Yeah.
So then I started on Challenge Tour in the middle of May. So from May till November, I actually managed to. I mean, my main goal was just to get full status on the Challenge Tour for this year. Did that quite early. Finished 3rd in like my first invite, and then I finished 2nd in Italy, which then I knew that I was going to play the rest of the season on Challenge Tour because I re-ranked myself into another category. So when sort of that happened, I knew that I was going to be fine for Challenge Tour. The target then became getting a main card on DP, so and finishing the top 20 on Challenge. So yeah, that sort of all snowballed fairly quickly.
Pretty good though, mate.
So yeah, it's crazy how.
And then say for this year.
Yeah, this year, yeah.
Want to go?
I mean, making DP final would be the main goal. Like that's top 50 on the ranking, so obviously quite a big task. But I think a few good results, and then that can definitely happen. In the end, that secures full playing rights for next year, and making DP final, obviously it's a big purse the last event, so plenty of opportunity as well. This is not perfect here. We've got a shot.
Got a shot. Difficult shot this, Will.
Yeah, there's a few options really. I can go
tell us what you're thinking.
More predictable, so I can take it a bit right of this second tree and almost land it up by the green.
Yeah.
I'd feel like that'd be a more predictable shot with the bounce. To get it close, you probably go in under both of them and quite close to the edge of the bunker and try and get a little kick left, but...
Bit of luck involved in that though, isn't there?
A little bit of luck. Breeze is helping me off the right a little bit, so if it gets a little bit more flight, it could just turn a little bit left.
Club choice?
Yeah, I think 54 again, and just a little bit over that. Again, flight, this first tree is not an issue. Second one, just almost over the corner of it, landing just a couple of yards short of the green, and hopefully it just gets a soft bounce. Sit. Oh, it's nearly really good. Greens are so
That was
fast.
a really good shot, mate.
Thought that was perfect. We might hit a green on this front nine at some point.
Mate, that was a really good shot. The greens are just very quick when they go
Got
away,
it in the
mate.
upslope as well. I thought that was going to end up pin high. It's only just off again, so it's fine.
It really tried to grab on the bounce and then just
like
rolled
I said,
out.
that was more predictable. So it's pitched here. It's more predictable with the land. I just feel like if you land that short there, if it doesn't quite get through, you're then here. So that always had a chance of almost catching the back edge or actually pulling up on a good distance. So, I mean, if it had just stayed in the fringe, we were perfect, but they're just so quick. Like, if that's 2 foot shorter with the pace of the greens, that stops up comfortably. Doing a lot of chipping here. The greens are so small though. Like, I mean, that didn't feel like a bad shot at all.
No, it was good, mate.
Greens are so small. So now what we
And
know,
I say, for again, the greens are very good here. They're fast though.
Yeah.
Very fast.
really quick. So for what we know how fast they are, we haven't got to land it too far. We've definitely got no
This
spin.
one's into the wind a little bit though as well,
yeah,
isn't it?
well, we got no spin out of this lie at all. So this is all about trying to get a decent strike. Sit. I can't believe how fast that is. Oh, so
You landed it here.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow. That's just surprising.
That is a good chip though, no?
Yeah, I thought it was on a great line. We get it. Just got there, but
Nice, mate. That was a very
Didn't,
good putt. It did really dip at the end, didn't it?
yeah, I wanted a foot more speed on that, but she held on.
Yeah, good work, mate.
Well, I got out there with a fall. That's what I mean. Slightly out of position there with driver, and that becomes,
Yeah,
if you hit iron there every time,
yeah.
you've got
That's
15 feet.
that's
worse
exactly
pace.
my problem on this hole. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't get away with a par. So that's the difference. You kind of misjudge your tee shot a little
Yeah.
bit, but you recover, you make your par, you get out of there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas, huge difference, mate.
It's
Huge
sometimes
difference.
hard really to do that because a lot of stats show that if you can reach your driver, you should almost hit it.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I feel like sometimes stats don't show how penal that can be if you're slightly off. So I work on with my driver like a 60-yard wide sort of area to hit it. So
Yeah.
between trees or trouble to trouble,
Yeah,
60 yards. So forget how wide the fairway is. The fairway is 20 yards. If I've still got 60 yards, I'll hit driver.
Yeah.
So like there, okay, I was saying that my line was actually those trees there. So I've only hit that 20 yards right.
Yeah.
Actually where I'm aiming.
Yeah.
So, that's where, if I was mapping out the course prior to a tournament, we'd find out if we got 60 yards there, well, you don't really want much left this path, do you? Like, here's, if it's like, say, if it's going that way, you could end up in trouble here. So you almost got path to trees, which you've probably only got 45 yards. So
Yeah.
almost the stats of what I would play with driver don't really show to hit driver
Would you walk a course before you play it then usually?
there.
Did you get opportunities to play much practice rounds there? And
Yes,
things like
yeah.
that?
So when play tournaments, we start on a Thursday. I'll usually be on site, depending where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
But I'll be on site usually for Monday evening latest.
Yeah.
So we've got Tuesday, Wednesday to learn a lot of the courses. My caddy, if I'm not there, say I get there Monday night, he'll have walked it Monday.
Yeah.
So we go out and practice round. He already knows sort of where we're going to be going. So that is the thing. I mean, again, my first show on tour, I haven't played in these courses, so. There's a lot that goes into that. Sometimes you actually haven't even got to play well. You just got to hit it in the right areas all week.
Yeah.
So
when you are practicing and going out on the course, what are you looking for? Is it like you just saying there,
Yeah,
those just
so
there, or is it a lot of it on the greens for reads and
in
things
terms
like
of off the tee, that's what I'm basically looking at is my 60-yard wide area to hit the ball.
Yeah.
So where do I need to adjust my target?
Yeah.
Sometimes that might even be aiming right of the hole or down the left side just to put it in that sort of area. So even if we're in the rough, we know it's going to be, if I aim there, it might be in the rough, but we're
that?
going to be fine.
Can you hit as many balls as you want on that hole, or do you have to play a quick round?
Yeah,
if that
you've
makes
got to
sense?
be sensible with it.
Yeah.
Like you can't stand there and hit 3 or 4 drives,
Yeah.
but one or two every now and again is sort of okay. And then sometimes if there's the odd hole where you feel like you're not comfortable with that tee shot, we might go back out after we've played, just go and either stand on the tee or if we get a chance just to hit one more.
Yeah.
So that's off the tee, and then like you say, around the greens. For me, I do aim points, so I go around sort of feeling slope. You can't use a spirit level on the greens in tournaments. You can only use on the putting green, so they've sort of stopped that 2 years ago it was. So I'm sort of out there trying to feel my slopes and almost judge where the pin's going to be and where I need to leave that ball to try and give myself the best sort of look.
And can you go on there and it's just roll balls?
Yeah,
and see how
roll
they go?
balls, hit putts. Yeah, I mean, in the books we do have some arrows for slope, but they will always be 4.5% or greater. So anything less than that, there won't be
It's the subtle ones.
there won't be an arrow there. So that's where you need to sort of do your own homework and work those out. But yeah, a lot of it's just learning the course. It's learning a strategy. Like I said, it's not sometimes about perfect ball striking. Like if you could be hitting it great, but if you aim at too many pins and just slightly miss, you might actually hit a bad golf shot. But if you're in the wrong place, then you're just making bogeys.
Minimise your misses. So you don't roll out the car on the day of a tournament and play?
No, definitely not that.
No.
ball as well, so let's see if that brings us some luck. That last one didn't bring us many greens in regulation.
Do you have a ball, like, do you get provided balls?
Yeah, so I get 3 dozen a week.
3 dozen a week?
So
That
it's actually something,
just about lasts me, I think.
that's something I've actually had to learn to do more.
Yeah.
Just change ball more
Yeah.
often. That's what we get that many balls for.
Is
I
it?
mean, I've always been supported by Titleist, and I've always had sort of like a big drop at the start of the year,
Yeah.
either 12, 18 dozen, 36. I end up with 36 dozen usually for the year, but
Yeah.
that was when I was then coming home, travelling to events.
Yeah.
But on tour, you just get put them in the locker.
You don't use
so-
those for practicing? You just use those for
well,
just
I
for
just
your
get sent.
course balls?
Yeah, I get sent practice balls
Is it?
at home as well. But yeah, so when I'm in tournament, usually probably I mark up 2 sleeves a round,
Yeah.
so 6 balls to go out there. I mean, if you lose more than 6, it's a bad day.
I know,
But usually
I know. I've been there, mate. I've been
But
there.
usually, as soon as you hit like 1 or 2 wedge shots, the ball starts like getting cut up a bit. So you're
Yeah.
just like, you don't want it to affect the flight of the ball. So just
So you're not like me. So I'll get to a difficult hole and I'll go and get my worst ball out of my bag because I know it's got a chance of losing it.
No, we're definitely not at that.
Go and get the
It still
crack.
hurts losing a brand
Yeah.
new Pro V, but
I go and get the crack pinnacle gold out, mate.
You-
Right. So this is the 5th hole. This is a really tough hole for amateur golfers. I say it's a long
Yeah.
hole. It's
again, this is another
Four-
one.
it's
You're trying to finish
440
the ball
yards.
where you can't see it. So
Yeah.
again, that's not nice. But
So-
I
so
think
it's
at
a-
that bunker and just let it
yeah.
come round would be nice.
It's right to left. You've got to carry over the road to be good. My bad one is I always leave it in those trees over there
Yeah.
and cut yourself out and you've still got 200 in. Yeah, that's a great shot,
That one should
mate.
be better.
That's a great shot. I reckon that's carried the road.
Well, at least
Mate.
it did what we wanted it to do.
That one on the last hole would have been through the
Well,
back
I
of the
know,
green.
yeah, I was
That
trying
would have been
to-
through the back of the green.
Well, I just worked out there that I just don't need to cut it. So
Yeah. What about your sort of gym routine and stuff like that? Do you find you have to do a lot of that sort of stuff for flexibility, but for strength as well?
yeah, I'd say when you're on tour for like quite a few weeks, sort of a 5-4 week stretch, that's when you know by week 5, if you've not been on top of that, that's when you're sort of feeling it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just I don't do crazy amounts. Like, you know, I do a bit in my warm up for every round. So you know, if you do 10-15 minutes almost every day of the week, that adds up as a lot of time across the week. So you know, you are still getting quite a lot in there. But I mean, again, we're out. So a tournament day will be 5-hour round or 5.5 hours, and then an hour 20 warm up. So like you're out there for like 7-8 hours. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the time you've done that, you're not going to do an hour gym session.
No.
And then you've got to eat in there. You've got to, you know, keep hydrated, keep fueled up. So
And go again the
the
next
gym
day.
is just, it becomes little and often rather
Yeah.
than like big sessions. So yeah, I said the new ball would help.
Yeah. Centre strike, mate. So this is a tough pin position, Will. This
Yeah,
is like
it's-
this
again,
is planted right on a ridge.
If
just
this
at
was
the top
on
of a
the
ridge.
if this was on the front, this would be good. But
Yeah.
you know, 163 to a back pin with a
Wi-
lot of wind out the right isn't
Yeah.
too fun.
It's almost it's not helping either, is that?
No, it's just
It's
straight out of it. Oh, didn't do a lot.
yeah, on the
definitely,
green it's a nice flat part at the start and then a rise up to the back and it looks like it's just perched right on that
Absolutely.
ridge.
Well, this time
So
we
if you pitch it up there, it's
Yeah.
going to be hard to keep it there. And well, I suppose maybe not for you if you could get the spin on it.
I'm going to try and land it up there. Again, if it landed just in the ridge, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Again, it's kind of about misses. So, you know, we're trying to get it just to the pin or just short.
What club?
I've got an 8 this time.
Yeah.
Try and play it fairly normal. And just let the breeze do its thing. Going to start off the green, which isn't ideal, but nope. I'll leave it wind. Wow, this course is
So
making me
close, mate. So close.
This course is making me look very bad.
Just the win, that, mate. You started it over that bunker.
Yeah, I can't believe how strong that is. This one is a putter.
This is difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, this is tricky. Into wind, fast greens up a tier. Tricky.
I'm fascinated to see how I play this. This is a horrible shot. I hope the cameras do it justice, but it's a quick green. Wind's howling off the right. It's coming out of the fringe onto
And I've
a
only
quick
hit about
green,
2 putts.
and then a big slope up the hill, and the pin's quite tight to it as well.
Yeah. And I've hit 2 putts. And no long ones.
Take your par here.
Yeah, I'll be happy with the par, yeah. Stay. Ah!
Run, mate, run.
Oh, just that first bit. Just
It bobbled out on you, didn't it?
yeah, I thought it was going to carry a little bit more speed up there. That's where the 25 minutes on the putting green helps.
Yeah, definitely. Where are you seeing it, mate? Where you
Got
have
it
to
tight
start
to the
it?
left edge. I feel like just over the hill, it's just going to fall that way. So if we get it there, let's see if we've got the right line. Oh,
Did it move?
stayed dead straight.
Lovely putt, that roll. You had it lined up how you wanted it.
Yeah.
The black line was going.
That's the first bogey.
Oh, back to levels, mate.
Ugh.
Said that was the toughest hole on the front 9.
That was me trying to say it's a birdie chance.
Pin position's tough today.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
This pin position, mate.
Oh, exactly. They must have known I was coming.
3rd hole, 6th hole, little par 3. Wind howling off the left.
Pins in the water.
Pins, pins pretty much in. It's on a lily pad, the pin is.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
So we want to be a couple long with a little bit of spin, and we just got to hope it's not hurting. Otherwise, this isn't getting there.
What yardage you got, Will?
126 pin, and I've got a pitching wedge.
Oh, that looked close.
I mean, I didn't think it was going to be short. Might be just under the pin.
It is, it's like 4 or 5 feet, I reckon. I thought that was our first hole in one on the channel. It was tracking so nicely.
I mean, how much did that move for a pitching wedge?
I know. Good job you hit it low, mate.
Yeah.
Keeping it under the wind a little bit.
Well, might be our first green in reg.
Yeah.
Take the positives.
But again, like that just, that
Well, look how far
epitomises,
left
that
the side,
that epitomises tour golf though. You said this is your first green in reg, but you level par.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
absolutely. I
That's-
mean, what you think? Obviously, I had a chance in the par 5 as well,
Yeah.
and like, you know, it's your bad golf has just got to be really good. That's
Yeah.
what I would say is the difference between a top 50 player in the world.
Yeah.
I'm ranked 480,
Yeah.
so the difference there is like their bad is obviously good enough to be almost competing
Yeah,
every
yeah.
week, where sort of my average to poor is
Yeah.
sort of around the cut mark. So it's just about leveling that up and just keep tightening all areas of the game. And like, you know, it's such fine margins where that, you know, a few little improvements can really accelerate sort of your average golf really.
The aim point stuff.
Yeah,
Have you been using that for long?
I've been using that since 2019.
2019.
So decent while now, yeah.
So you kind of grade it between 1 and 3 on how your feet feel. And if you had a spirit
we
level.
go up to, I mean, there's percentages all the way up to like 9%,
Yeah.
but like in terms of putts, you're likely to have about 1 to 5 usually.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of this sort of range, you're not really going to have many putts over a full.
Yeah.
Between 0 and 2, I go 0.5, so I've got like a 0.5, 1.1, 1.52. I've got this as a 1.5.
So that's how
here.
much you feel the grind is
Yeah,
below
so I've
1
got a
foot or the
spirit level
other.
that I practice with daily and just trying to feel, you know, what I think of level 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Um,
And then when you do the fingers, that 1%
fingers,
is one
yeah,
finger.
so I went with a thumb there, so that's
Yeah.
why I use 1.5. I go 0.5, I go my little finger.
Yeah.
1 would be 1, 2, 3, 5, obviously you have to go
And
2
you get
hands.
that level with the ball, and then or to
I
the
get
outside
that,
of the
so
ball.
I have my toes at the ball, and then I have the middle of the hole is where I put the right side of my finger. Or
so
left
if
side.
it was 1,
Yeah.
the right side of your hole is there,
is
and you're going to aim
the
on that
centre
one.
of the hole is on my
Oh,
right side,
okay.
and I'm going to aim on the left.
On the
edge.
left side.
Yeah, and that's based on a foot by speed.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a little bit quicker, say it's a downhill, I'll bring my arm in,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
give me a bit more. Or if it's a little bit slower, I'll go a bit further away.
Wisers. Yes, we're back.
We're back under par.
I thought that was travelling, mate, but
Well,
centre of the cup,
it was
yeah?
a little bit quick. I mean, it's a bit, again, that was just so fast. But can't complain if it's in the hole.
No. Fabulous putt. Back to 1 under.
Right, now we've got strong breeze off the left.
Yeah.
Saw that wedge, so
So this is the 7th hole, par 5,
520 again, so similar
520. This is
similar
a,
to the-
without saying too much to put you off, this is a lot tougher than the other par 5 though. 'Cause
You
it's
think?
really,
I think this
it's
tee
like
shot's
really
a bit more inviting though.
It's really narrow on that corner though.
Yeah, I think just because you can see a bit more.
Yeah.
Funny story, I remember playing here my first time and I couldn't carry that tree. That's how short I hit it.
Off these
I
tees.
was 13. And a big hit was into the tree.
Yeah.
That'd have been I remember playing like a county match here where I played someone who was my age and they carried it into the tree and my dad was like, God, how long's he hit it? It was me just chipping her down by the bottom of it. But hopefully we get
What
over.
sort of level were you at then, mate, when you were 13?
13. I would have been off around 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Got to scratch it, well, +1 at 16.
That is sensational. The wind had a right bashed it at the end though, didn't it?
I know, how good of a line was that on?
Mate, that was
Just in
stunning.
the edge of the rough?
On the shot tracer, in that blue sky, that'll be stunning. But the last
Yeah, I know.
20 yards of it started going sideways.
I think it's just in the rough, is it?
I think you should be right, mate. That was a
Yeah.
stunning golf shot. I would have said, I'd have had you like here.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't actually see it bounce. That was the thing. It kind of took me off it because I thought it was just going to be in the fairway.
Here it is, mate.
Oh, we got it, yeah? Wow, that moved so much at the end. That was on such a good line as well.
It's hit a tree, mate. You got
Oh,
the
is
yellow.
it?
It must have clipped one
Yeah,
of these.
oh, yeah, big mark on it, yeah.
Let me
Oh,
just,
well, that's annoying.
If this was the 18th hole of a competition
Yeah,
and you needed a birdie or an,
Yeah.
or an eagle, what would be your experimental
well,
shot here?
Eagles, we wouldn't be in a good spot. We'd probably, I wouldn't be trying to get it down by there. I'd
No.
always be going in this gap.
Yeah.
I feel like, in terms of chipping out and getting back in position, if I can go up
Yeah.
and hit it fairly normal, that's the way I go. I
Yeah.
don't, keeping it low is a bit more of a feel shot. So here, it's almost just a little bit open with a 54 and it's going to do it for you. So
Get it back in play.
yeah, in terms of coming out of trees a lot, I'd say pros more would go up
Yeah.
rather than, you know, an amateur might see this and go, I'll just chip it through the trees.
Yeah.
Because they might feel less comfortable getting up there. But for me, with this amount of loft, you know, I should just be able to get up with that, no worries.
I'm
In
going.
fact-
I'm going sideways there.
In fact, oh, like out here, yeah.
That's my shot, and
In
try
fact,
to keep
the
it on
trees
the fairway then.
aren't really there, to be honest.
Yeah, great shot. Centre of the fairway.
Yeah, it's better.
Lovely.
That wasn't my best line. Wow. Don't know what happened there, but it wasn't straight. Ah,
Yeah, lovely putt that,
went
mate.
left through this. There's a little old hole there, it just caught the edge of it. Good speed though.
Nice, mate.
It's a par, but no birdies on the par fives. It's not what I was expecting.
This is a tough tee shot.
Yeah, this one's probably the hardest
Bang
one
into
so
wind.
far. Back pin again. Back pin, in out the right. 171.
And because the pin's cut on the right-hand side,
Yeah.
it doesn't give you a lot of landing area, does it?
No, absolutely. Again, we're just
Like
looking.
if it's back left, you could kind of.
We're just looking
get on up
middle of
there.
the green. Just falling left of the pin would be really good. This is a tricky shot for sure. Slightly flighted down. If it gets there, it's really good. Ooh,
Mate.
we'll take that one.
Oh, this shot tracer would look unbelievable, mate. Oh, I said on the last, I love it when I'm watching people looking at a good shot. That was just so pure. The compression,
Yeah, that was nice.
Anyone who hasn't played with sort of, even like good scratch golfers, but obviously at Will's level it's completely different. When you see how they compress the ball, it just stays hit.
Yeah.
Like I'm hitting a ball and that is getting in the wind and that is doing all sorts, whereas that was just flighted through it.
I think it helped a little bit there that it's a little bit sheltered here.
Yeah.
It's almost the wind is behind this green a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was thinking over it. I'm not sure this is enough club. But again, you don't want to hit 5 iron there and fly it over the green. So you've got to take
perfect club.
You've got to take long out there.
Let me have a go at this and see if we get the same reading as you, mate. With the slope and stuff. Actually, it's pretty straight. That's probably not a great green still.
You might have picked
I'd say
tough one
0.5.
Yeah, this is.
Let's see if I can just get feelings.
This is subtle, yeah. And this is where aim point can be a little bit tricky, because if you play this,
I feel it's
I think it's going to fall that way. With aim point around sort of 0 to 1, if you go for a 0.5 and it's a 1, you're probably not going to catch the hole. So it's where you need to bring.
So on this one, you wouldn't aim outside the hole.
A little bit of feel. I think at this pace of the greens, I would aim just outside.
My eyes tell me, like that's completely different, but that at the end of this putt it dips.
Yes, yeah. I think even
from
what I see,
that side, it looks like the other way almost.
From what I see, there should be more at the hole.
Yeah.
So in terms of aim point, if you do feel something greater, you always play that number.
Yeah.
So say it's 0 here, but we have a 2 halfway down there, we would play a 2.
Yeah.
Because the way the ball works, okay, it would stay straight, but when it gets to the 2, it would tilt enough to go in from that number. It's all just the way the ball tilts on the slope. Started a bit right, I think, there.
Yeah, it started a bit straight. Perfect read, mate.
Yeah.
Did exactly what you said it's going to do, just start line. Your tee shot deserves a birdie there, mate, definitely.
Again, I mean, I would like to be aggressive with that putt, but just how fast they are, I just don't want to see that sliding too far by.
Right, so 1 under.
Yeah.
9th hole.
Looks like another back pin, which is not ideal.
Yeah. Tough par 4 this. I said the 5th and the 9th I think are the hardest. It's quite a wide fairway though, so.
Yeah, a little bit wider this one.
But dog leg right to left, lots of bunkers in the fairway.
Yeah.
440 off these back tees.
Yeah, so yeah, it's very similar to the 5th, isn't it? Same distance.
Quite a hit.
Same shape, same wind.
Yeah, but if anyone gets the chance and you're in Shropshire, Shrewsbury Golf Club, say it's been my local club for a few years now that I've been playing at, and it is very, very, very good. The way they look after it, greens are exceptional.
Hit that breeze.
Yeah, wind's bringing it now. Good shot, mate. Lovely shot.
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll take
perfect.
That one.
That's massive again. That's so big. What's your average driving distance on tour?
I think on tour it's about, might be just over the 300 mark.
And what's that comparison? Is that pretty? That you above average?
Yeah, I'd say I sit around 50th.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, 10, 15 spots I'd move like 2 yards.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah, of course, yeah. Who's like the most recognised player you played with?
I played with
well known.
Eric Van Rooyen.
Yeah.
Last year at Leopard Creek, so he played on the PGA Tour, and he won 2 weeks before I played with him.
Did he, yeah?
So that was quite nice to sort of play. I beat him that day as well.
Oh,
so
I was just going to say that's my next question. What is the difference between ball striking quite similar, and it's more all kind of putting it together on a?
It is very, very minimal, the difference. I mean, he's played on DP, won 3 or 4 times, got himself onto the PGA Tour. He's won twice on the PGA Tour. Played at the Masters last week, so he's obviously at that standard.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, the difference is, I mean, I was out driving him, I was in straight at him. I mean, I played well. Yeah. He played probably fairly average, but you know, there was quite a big. I felt like on that day I looked the better player.
Do you feel like that brought more out of you as well, playing against
no,
with
absolutely.
him?
I played with him and Paul Waring. So Paul Waring's been on tour for 10 years as well. So it was nice to have a day where you're playing with 2 proper, well-seasoned tour pros. And yeah, I'd definitely say that kind of raised my intensity a little bit. And go,
focus.
I want to show these boys that, you know, I'm new on tour, but I can still play. Right, we've got 160. So we've got very similar to the fifth. I'd like to say we'd have a chance for birdie. Let's see if we can create one, really. Again, it's not easy, that
Wind,
top tier.
hard off the right again.
Hard off the right. We know that from the fifth, so we've got to keep it out there. I think it's the right club.
It's a bit more of a generous pin in terms of the position
Yeah,
of it, in terms
yeah.
of it's more
definitely-
centre and centre left.
Yeah, I can
But
definitely
it's,
keep it down
it
the
is
right.
perched on top of that bank again. Mate, that is so good
Hold.
again.
Hold. Right, we've got a chance.
That's a serious golf shot, mate. Serious.
We've got a chance.
The wind
Well,
was trying to hurt you, but
I know, yeah.
your strike was too good.
Warmed up a bit now. We've found the middle of the face a few more times.
So your partner as well, she plays, doesn't she?
Absolutely, yeah. So she's 2 years into being professional. This is her second year.
What's her name?
Anna Dawson.
Anna
she
Dawson.
plays on LET.
Okay.
Yeah, so she turned pro end of 22. I went and did the Q school with her. Went for first and second stage. It was 2 weeks, 7 rounds, or 8 rounds, I think it was. Caddied for all that. And we came out with sort of the next card under full.
Yeah.
So she played 16 events last year on LET.
Yeah.
Learned quite a lot, obviously, new onto the journey. Didn't play her best stuff, as much as she would like, but gained a lot of experience, was in the mix a few times. Then she's sort of she got the exact same category this year, and she's actually started a bit earlier, played some sort of mini tours out in SA, and then played one on the LET Access Series, which is the tour below the LET, so kind of like Challenge Tour. I caddied for her last week in that, and she finished 4th there, so.
Caddying, yeah?
Yeah.
No domestics on the course?
Well, I'll tell you, there's a good story about the caddying. So she's done, I'd say it's 50-50, but she's caddied for me in bigger events than I've done for her. Last year, she caddied for me 5 times on Challenge Tour, and I had 3 top 5s and top 10.
Wow.
She got me in my card, basically.
Yeah? Brings the best out of you.
2 seconds, a third, and an 8th, which was just mental.
And what about vice versa?
Yeah, I've done
Done
it
again.
again. She's probably played her best golf for me on the bag too. And then there's another one where she caddied for me on Euro Pro. I think the one time only that year. It was the only event I won on Euro Pro. Won that as well with her on the bag. So and then we had like a mental stat. So she started caddying me for about 2019, I think, and up until 2022, I was about 65 under par with her on the bag.
Wow.
Mental. It was crazy. And obviously then that's not including last year. I mean, when I finished second in Italy, I was 17 under there.
And is she telling you like what club to hit and stuff, or is that still, not what club to hit, that's the wrong thing, but giving you the yardage in her recommendation?
Yeah, I would sort of, the way it worked on Challenge, I did my numbers because you have to pace on there. You can't use a Bushnell, so I was pacing all the numbers. I would sort of say what I'm thinking. And almost, if I was unsure, I would ask her.
Yeah.
And especially in terms of like the life was in the rough, just a quick one, like, do you think this is going to jump? Do you think it's quite normal? With her golfing experience too, she can give me, quite a good opinion on that. It's not like she's coming from, I think it's going to jump, or I've no idea what I'm on about.
Yeah.
So no, I think it works well both ways. And I'd say maybe when I'm caddying for her, I'm a little bit more like really on it. Like, well, I play this and I'm seeing this shot, but a lot of times I'll say what shot I'm seeing to her, and she can just really execute it quite well. So we work well for each other, for sure.
Mrs. Edwards, you are not caddying for me, ever. That would be a disaster, honestly. She asked me the other day why I need so many clubs.
Well, some of them don't work.
She's like, why they all look the same to me? Yeah, she's not a
they
golf
all look
fan.
the same.
Come on, this would be a great way to finish. You deserve 2 under, definitely, the way you played. Yes, that's how we like to finish.
I'm happy to
Great
get that
work,
one.
mate.
Cheers,
That was
Thank
brilliant,
you.
mate. Great play.
Thank you.
2 under.
Well,
Great birdie. You got warm at the end, didn't you?
Yeah, well, that mean I just felt like I got into it a little bit more.
Yeah, that was class, mate. So,
That was
Will,
better.
unbelievable. For coming on the channel, we thank you so much.
No,
mate.
absolutely, really enjoyed it.
Like
Really
I
enjoyed
always
it.
say, I love watching good golf, and there was some real good stuff out there. Finishing 2 under in these conditions.
Yeah, no, I'll take that. I mean,
Without
2 under
really-
going into the back 9 as well, don't you feel
Yeah.
like now going into it, you could definitely shoot a I mean, this is breezy. Like anything, sort of 300-400 out here today for an 18 holes would be a great score. So,
And especially considering he got out of the car, he hit about 5 balls and then came on the course, so he hasn't warmed up. But as always, thank you to Leases, our partners, and we've been the Par 3. Make sure you like and subscribe, and thanks, a massive thank you to Will for coming on the channel. Thanks for watching.